Welcome back to the Kosi Yasno channel. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to a brand new video. If you've not been living in a corner without internet, Arsenal are getting a new sporting director and he's beginning his work early this week. Now, a couple of people have been making suggestions, including David Onstein, where he's going to begin, what he has to deal with. And although he has a lot of work, there is one major task. Get a striker for Arsenal. And although that seems easy, with Arsenal already linked with a couple of strikers, there is also one difficult part about that job. Get a good striker who can score goals, can be effective, and is world class. Right now, the attacking talent and the attacking market is not filled with attacking world-class players. I mean, you know, a while ago, you had Robert Lewandowski in his prime, you had Benzema in his prime, you had Ronaldo, Messi, Suarez in their prime, and if you are given a job to sign a striker, all you had to do was get the top money and go and sign either Suarez or sign Lewandowski, and everything would work well. But right now, most of the good strikers are either 30, like Harry Kane, or they're actually not yet proven, and some really, really good ones are not going to move. We're talking about Kylian Mbappe, and we're talking about the likes of Erling Haaland. So Andrea Berta's job at Arsenal is not going to be straightforward. Go in the market and get a striker. It's going to be go in the market and search and wait and grab a good striker. Links to Lautaro Martinez have emerged in the first 24 hours after it was confirmed that Andrea Berta has become Arsenal's next sporting director. Now, of course, the Italian is really experienced with signing players in their prime, especially that are strikers, and Lautaro Martinez really fits that mold. The big question, why has he decided to go for Lautaro Martinez? Can he get the deal done? And why is this a very, very good deal? Now, for me, Arsenal have already identified their attacking identity, and it was Benjamin Sesko or Alexander Isak. And I really don't have a problem with that. But when you get a good sporting director, they come with their advantages. And Arsenal now looking at Lautaro Martinez, other than Sesko, Jonathan David, or Victor Gyökeres, or Osimhen, that it really explains what a good sporting director actually does. When you have a good sporting director, it is easy for you to do and think about deals. When Chelsea were signing player after player under Todd Boehly, we all said they really need a sporting director. And although they were really getting some good deals done, like Enzo Fernandez and a couple of others, they really wasted a lot of money on worthless deals. I think Benjamin Sesko is a good player, but he is a big gamble. It could turn out to be a worthless one. So Andrea Berta coming in, he has to sit down and refocus Mikel Arteta's attention to the wider market rather than just two options. It can't be Isak or Sesko. We have got to have a couple of options because this is the summer where we're looking for a striker. Therefore, it only makes sense for us to look at different options. And for me, Lautaro Martinez has got to be one of those. I mean, I was very, very surprised when we started talking about strikers and Arsenal were nowhere near Lautaro Martinez. I was asking myself, why? Why are we looking for a striker and Lautaro Martinez is 100% not being talked about? Do we not trust him? Do we think he's too expensive? What is the problem? Turns out the problem was the sporting director we had. Arsenal really know they're not going to get Alexander Isak, especially for less than 150 million. And I think Benjamin Sesko is just a hiding place for us to make ourselves, feel secure that we are not really onto Isak that much. We are going to get Sesko. But in truth, Arsenal want a top-class, world-class striker. And if Isak is not the one, then Lautaro Martinez could be the one. So Berta says he wants Lautaro Martinez and he wants him at the Emirates this summer. This is such a very good move for me, and this is the reason. First and foremost, Lautaro Martinez is a proven goal scorer. What Arsenal need now is not a mediocre. What Arsenal need now is not a player that's going to come in and be an experiment. We have experimented a lot, and we have experimented enough. Arsenal's goalkeeping department is one of the best. That is testament and we can say we saw that live in play when we played Manchester United at the Old Trafford on Sunday, when they almost ripped us apart, but David Raya stood his ground and kept us in the game. Our defense as well, although at times it could be shaky, it is one of the best in the Premier League, if not in Europe. With Saliba and Gabriel forming one of the best partnerships in the world, the likes of Julian Timber and Ricardo Calafiori and Ben White and Tomiyasu will give you some of the best fullback options you have on this planet. And when it comes to the midfield, Declan Rice being that engine and being that dynamite, coupled with Partey and maybe Zubimendi when he comes in, Arsenal's midfield is also good to go. Our problem is we have one consistent attacking option, and that is Saka. So what Arsenal need is not an experiment up top. Arsenal need a player that is ready to score goals and ready to go. That could be Gyökeres, that could be Isak, that could be Lautaro Martinez. And I'm not surprised that he has gone with Lautaro Martinez, because he's by far better than Šeško in every aspect of the game. There's only one or two scenarios where you would say Šeško is a much better buy than Lautaro Martinez, and that would be he's going to cost less. He would cost you around 75 to 80 million euros, and yeah, although that is a little bit of saving, I kind of feel like big teams don't do that. When we signed the new sporting director in Berta, everyone said Arsenal are acting like a big club. But guess what? It doesn't end there. You don't just hire one of the best sporting directors and boom, you're a big club. You have to hire a good sporting director, give him good money, and give him the freedom to maneuver the market and just get some good players. So I think, for me, yes, we can save money by buying Šeško. That could be about 5 million or 15 million, depending on what amount we shall pay. But when you pay about 95 million euros for a player like Lautaro Martinez, you know what you're getting. This is the difference. You go to the market and you buy a Nike shoe, or you go to a Nike store and you buy a Nike shoe. The shoe in the market is going to be a little bit cheaper, but the difference is the shoe in the shop is going to be a lot more genuine. That is the difference. So I think Andrea Berta is looking at these two situations and saying Lautaro Martinez is the genuine Nike shoe and Šeško is a good, cheap Nike shoe without guarantee. I would rather go with the one with the guaranteed genuinity. Now, of course, the other aspect of Šeško is he is younger. And therefore, with this Arsenal team being a little bit young, he might actually fit in. But here is the deal. When we brought in these players around 3 years ago, we all said they will be in their prime in the next 2 to 3 years. And when you look at Odegaard, Merino, Rice, Calafiori, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Raya, all these players are in their prime. None of these players, apart from Ethan Nwaneri, Lewis Kelly, none of the Arsenal players that we are looking at right now, none of them can say, I need 5 more years to enter my prime. So I think what Arsenal need right now is a player in his prime. And Benjamin Šeško is not that. Now, obviously, with Šeško, he gives you a lot of time. If you signed him right now, he's just 21, you can have him for the next 9 years. Lautaro Martinez being around 26, 27, he might give you 5 years at the top. But 5 years can do a lot. I mean, think about this. In the last 5 years or 6 years, Manchester City have won the Premier League consistently. And although there was a time when Manchester City were not that good, it really doesn't matter anymore. They have been champions back-to-back in the Premier League for 5 consecutive seasons. And if that is not enough, in the last 5 years, Manchester City have also won the Champions League. My point is, if you sign a player like Lautaro Martinez and he helps you win the Champions League, he helps you win 2 Premier League titles and an FA Cup or 2 FA Cups, it would still be success even without him being at the club for 6 or 10 years. So I think Lautaro Martinez is a much better option than Benjamin Šeško, and a good sporting director like Andrea Berta is always going to see that, and he's already seen that. But Lautaro Martinez comes with other aspects to his game, apart from the goals. and apart from the ability to, change games. He is a winner and he is a leader. Now, when you think about Atletico Madrid, they signed Luis Suarez and they won the title. They signed Diego Costa as well and they won the title. And they signed David Villa from Barcelona and they won the title. There is something that Andrea Berta understands about experienced strikers. And there is something that Andrea Berta understands about strikers and their longevity. In fact, to help you understand how good a sporting director this guy is, he signed David Villa when everyone thought he's done at Barcelona. He signed Luis Suarez when everyone thought he's done. He's done at Barcelona. And he also signed Antoine Griezmann when it didn't work out at Barcelona. And all of these players went on to star. Two of them won the league with Atletico Madrid in their very first season after signing from Barcelona. And the other, Antoine Griezmann, has gone on to become one of the most refurbished products in world football. So I think when you sign players that are aging, but they've been part of a great project and they've been winners, they come with that leadership and they come with that winning mentality. Lautaro Martinez can lead the forward line as he's been a leader for the forward line at Inter Milan, but he's also the captain of that team. And as captain, he drove them and led them to a UEFA Champions League final that they should have won under their manager. But Romelu Lukaku decided it wasn't their time. If all those chances had fallen to Lautaro Martinez, probably Inter would be champions. But for them to get to the final in a competition that has Real Madrid, in a competition that has Dortmund, Bayern, and the likes of Barcelona, that already tells you that under the stewardmanship, under the leadership of Lautaro Martinez, Inter are some great team. Now, when it comes to signing a striker and a forward player too, I think we need to send a statement. And that's why everyone is excited about, can we get Alexander Isak this summer? I think Arsenal don't just need to get one attacking talent from anywhere. We need to make a statement with our signing. Think about it this way. Liverpool went and got Mane and they added Salah, and they have been terrorizing defenses ever since. I think Lautaro Martinez would be one of those statement signings that any of your opponents will look at and say, they got a good job done. Same as Alexander Isak. So I don't see why Arsenal really have to go from Isak, who is a statement signing and a big signing and a profile signing, to Benjamin Sesko. It doesn't make any sense. I think they should be levels. If you don't get Isak, go and get Lautaro Martinez. So for me, Lautaro Martinez would be such a great signing because he would send shockwaves throughout the industry, throughout the market. The Arsenal are cooking, and this time they are cooking with a great aroma. Now, why I think Arsenal can get Lautaro Martinez under Andrea Berta, he's got the connection. He is Italian, and I think he understands the Italian market and the Spanish market and the South American market as well, which Lautaro Martinez falls into. He falls into the South American market because he is a South American player from Argentina, and he falls into the Italian market because he is with Inter Milan. So I think with those connections, Andrea Berta could get the deal done easily than Alexander Isak. But also, it's going to be cheaper. I think if you got 80 million euros and took it to Inter Milan, they would reject it, but they would negotiate. And a deal could end up costing Arsenal around 98 to 100 million euros. In my opinion, 100 million euros is far cheaper than 150 for Isak, and that would be around 88 million pounds. I mean, if Bayern signed Ken for 100 and he was 30, what about Lautaro Martinez, who's proven and he's not anywhere near 30? In my opinion, I think this would be an easier deal to do. Berta uses his connections. Inter Milan, there's a question. Would they sell? Would they want to keep their player? That depends. But I think this is a deal that would depend on Lautaro Martinez. If he wins the Scudetto once again with them, there would be questions. Does he go for a bigger challenge, or does he stay loyal to Inter Milan and end his career there? I kind of feel like he will want to move on. To sum this up, Lautaro Martinez is a quality world-class striker, and that is what Arsenal need. And I think Andrea Berta is a quality world-class sporting director, and that is what they actually do. They actually get you world-class quality. And I think with Lautaro Martinez, Arsenal can actually be able to have a player that can win us games on his own, but also a player that the likes of Saka and Martinelli are going to learn from. His movement across the forward line is beastly, and also his ability in front of goal is ungodly. Now, I don't want to lie, Lautaro Martinez misses chances. And this season, it hasn't been the best season for him so far. I mean, he has already only scored around 14 goals, as compared to last season where he scored around 27, and the two previous seasons before where he was hitting 20 plus goals in the Italian Serie A. But make no mistake, that doesn't mean he's declining. It means maybe he's not having a very good season. And though he's not, his team is having a very good season and they're looking to defend the Italian Serie A once again. So for me, Lautaro Martinez, if that is who Berta wants, and they can agree with Mikel Arteta, I'm all for it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me speak to you in the next one.